Hello, loving galactic spirits. This 13 adventure is such a beautiful and powerful energy, the energy of dog, which expresses love above all else. We're really going to chew into with our munchie bone. Chew, because we're all dogs, we're all loyal, we're all loving, we are all compassionate beings inside, just like the metaphor for our best friend, the dog. And we are going to really expand our heart resonance, our heart coherence, our vibrational ability to not only electromagnify love with everything we do on multidimensional levels for our physical world, for loving our stuff, for our emotional world, for loving our beloved, our family and our friends, are loving our emotional world, what turns us on, what we love about love of learning, as well as love of spiritual evolution and spiritual consciousness. So that's what we're doing in today's kickoff of our 13-day dog adventure. And I'm Jamie Lynn, your galactic spirit, and just as a reminder, galactic spirit is not only evolving the loving galactic spirit within you, ever expanding, ever vibrating faster and faster to higher frequencies, but whatever word you like for the divine matrix, the source, or God, where you can get inspiration downloaded from your galactic spirit, or whatever other words that you're talking about, using galactic Mayan astrology that were carved in stone, recorded for us to unlock at this time of our transformational new earth. And just as a reminder, earth was the 13 days that we just went through. This is what the emoji looks like. And as our quick lesson, where we are in time and space, we are in the 52 days of the heart castle, the express and manifest castle, multi-dimensional coherence. We started with earth, we're in dog now, and then the last two 13-day cycles are knight and warrior, and we are going around this 5 castle wheel of ever deepening evolutionary synchronicity and evolutionary consciousness to transform not only ourselves and our consciousness to live happier, more fulfilled lives, but to radiate that global energy out into the world for global transformation as well. So the transformation from our heart is within and without, and that's where we've been. So I'd like to start this session, if you will, with the beautiful Buddhist Sanskrit prayer, Om Mani Padme Om. I am one with nature, I'm one with God. Galactic spirit within and without, and oneness and wholeness is the essence of love. It's about who we are. It's how we express ourselves, not only in the deep recesses of our mind where we are alone and nobody knows what's going on in there other than us. Are you loving in self-compassion and self-acceptance, which is our objective, and loving our life and being grateful for every moment that we have? So are we lighthearted, which the emoji of monkey taught us, magic, play, and joy, to be lighthearted? Or are you heavy-hearted? And are your thoughts not about love, but they are about contrary to love? I don't even want to put those words out into the universe. You know that we are working on a whole leveling of new languaging. Our thoughts create form. Our thoughts cause the effect. Our thoughts are influencing everything we do out in the world. So every thought in the language that we speak to ourselves, the universe is listening, no matter whether it's a thought or whether it's a word or whether it's a projection. It doesn't really matter. It is every single thought is influencing our brains and our thoughts and every cell, because our thoughts matter. Thoughts matter. Our physical structure, mind, body. And in today's lesson, we're going to be talking about how, I don't know if you knew this or not, but the heart was even created in utero. Remember, you started with the single cell, then you were a double cell, 3 cells, 4 cells, and we became, the cells kept on dividing until it started building our organs, where our heart started first. It developed before the brain. Our heart started beating and pulsing love before we even had minds. It's a scientific fact. Look it up. And our hearts have its own brain, which not only was the catalyst, which was the mechanism, which was the brain and the functioning to create the rest of our bodies, but it is the heart that allowed us to communicate, have two-way communication with our mother and fathers and all the everything that surrounded us. So we are one with our heart resonance, and we are one in communication with everything that exists in the universe. Before we get into more about the heart and different ways to look at heart-brain coherence and feelings, and really activating feelings and the emotional state as far as us to be able to manifest, that's the practical part of today's invitation, that I want to review something really important with you based upon how these energies work. We just briefly talked about the circulation of the castles, and since we are in dog, we are experiencing 13 days of dog and the fractals of each of the 20 energies. We're not going to talk about I'm going to invite you to go to galacticspirit.com and look at the fractals of the emojis that were carved in the Mayan ruins that we are unlocking right now. But because I want to talk about specifically what each of the days mean, day 1, day 2, day 3, all the way to 13, because these are very important energies, as well as how are you starting understanding dog with day number 1 and going through all of the 13 days to the evolution and your aspiration of vibrating your heart resonance faster and faster, higher and higher, radiating your chi, radiating your energy even brighter. And these micro fractals of dog going around the wheel, day 1 of dog is dog, always the same. Day number 1 is always the same energy. Day number 2, is that a monkey? Or yeah, day number 2 is lightening your heart. That is day number 2 with the fractal of dog. And we're going to talk about, we're going to detail today what the dots and the bars. You'll see a bar in a second. Human, go ahead and get these on Galactic Spirit. Human of dog, are you willing to love yourself? Are you willing to be more compassionate? Are you willing to express love? So that is the energy of human. So look at the fractal of the overall energy as we go around each of the wheels. They are on galacticspirit.com. Please get them for free. Skywalker, are you channeling love? As above, so below. Are you being the bridge between heaven and earth? Heart, by the way, is the bridge between physical and mental. It connects us to spirit. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later, but I just want to remind you of how these emojis work. Here is, what is this? This is wizard. Are you being receptive to love? And are you seeing spiritual love as you are opening up your heart chakra for unconditional acceptance to be able to receive it from the spirit world too? Eagle, are you seeing love beyond what you think you see? The vision of love, and seeing it in a very deeper way with a broader view. That's what Eagle's all about. So go through, get a warrior. Are you loving with unconditional determination? Are you questioning relationships, and then are you giving love back to them as your first priority? Go through galacticspirit.com, get the fractal energies, but for now, let's quickly go over what day number 1 means all the way up to day number 3 means, because this is a wheel upon wheel and one of the aspects of each 13-day cycle, and every time it's exactly the same. Day number 1, regardless of the energy, the emoji, regardless of the one of the 20 life aspirations, day number 1 will always have the same energy as day number 2, day number 3, and let's just talk about them. When you see them on galacticspirit.com, you'll already have an understanding of what these dots and bars mean. This is day number 7. And while we're here, let's talk about this. A dot is 1 day. It's a series of dots and bars. What does that remind you of? How about the Matrix? How about the sequence of computer programming? 0 and 1s. There's your 1s and there's your 5. So every time you see a bar, it's 5. Every time you see a dot, it's 2. So 5 and 2, 5, 6, 7. So you'll know how that energy works. For fun, let's have a look at day number, I'm at a sequence already, day number 8, 1 bar, 3 dots. Got it? 9, 1 bar, 4 dots. 4 and 5 is 9. And there's a series of 13. And like I said, I'm repeating myself to really anchor these energies in. So every time you see day number 1, and you see the 1 dot, or you see the 8 dots on the emojis on Galactic Spirit for the specific day, you will know that the 11th day is the day of dissolving into wholeness, for example. And we're going to go through these one at a time so we can anchor these, and we're going to do this from time to time in order as a remembrance of how all these dots work. As you start anchoring what the emojis mean, and as we start going through these emojis every 13 days, they pretty much become intuitive, and you start seeing them in a deeper way, especially when you start looking at the micro relationship, the daily relationship to, the daily relationship, the daily key with the 13-day key. And the combination of them is really what the profound energy is in order for you to see that synchronization. So let's just go through these, and then we'll talk a lot about love, different ways of looking at love, the expanding love and heart coherence with some quantum secrets. So that's where we're going to go with this. Let's have a mini lesson first. Day number 1, going up the spiral of energy. Day number 1 is always about embodying and magnetizing your potential. feeling your bodies as little shimmering magnets. Your body is magnetic, shimmering, and bringing that energy to you. The more you can feel the tingling in your body, Eckhart Tolle says this, start feeling the little, this is my language, little pixels just vibrating. And the more you can feel that vibration, that more you can pulse your energy out into the world. And hold that energy as you move up, as you ascend up the spiral. Keep in mind that we are adding to. We're not doing one and putting it away. We are adding to the momentum of evolutionary consciousness as we spiral up these 13 days. Day number 2, what do you think that's about? It's about challenge. Look at the duality. Our objective is to come into oneness. And the affirmation that I love for day number 2 is, I am a superpower. So whichever cycle you're in, I am love. My superpower is love. I am embodying, because we already came into our body with day number 1, we are embodying love. That is your superpower. Day number 2, overcome challenging, overcome duality. And the best way to do that is to really own your I am in your affirmation. And since we're going to talk about feelings and adding an elevated and intensified feeling, feel that. I am love. And if you need to, think on day number 2, but if you need to, especially in this cycle, what does a dog do? What does your best friend do? Your best friend, the dog, dog's best friend, human's best friend. It gives you unconditional love. I am that. Om Tat Sat. It's another Sanskrit quote that came up for me at the moment. Day number 3, see the 3 dots. Day number 3 is electrifying action. Day number 3 is all about the mind, not the brain. The brain is the stuff. That's the matter. That's the stuff that you can actually look at. The mind is the energetic frequencies. That's the pulsing of your neurons in your brain. Seem as like little fiber optic connections that are going that are electrifying not only your brain, enhancing your consciousness, working on your pineal gland to have that greater connection with universal consciousness. But guess what it's doing? As you're moving up the spiral, we started with body and overcoming duality by activating our brain. Mind is electric. Body is magnetic. So by the time you get to day number 4, you are balancing and grounding your electromagnetic energy with quantum packets that are the energies of light that are in your field. And right now, we are doing it with love and heart resonance, unconditional acceptance, love upon all else. So today is day number 4 of dog, and the micro fractal of that. Look at this. Look how they're working together now. I don't want to complicate at the moment because I don't want to make it too complicated, but day number 4 in dog is being the heart channel. So not only have you so far you've magnetized your body with the electricity of your brain, you're bringing them together on day number 4 in electromagnetic packets to be a conscious channel for love. Do you get how these are coming together? Good. These days are really important to have a look at to remind yourself of how you are spiraling up this channel of consciousness, regardless of what the micro emoji is of the 13-day cycle. Breathe. I get excited because I love this stuff. I love my galactic spirit, and I love you enhancing your galactic spirit, and I love all of us working on our galactic spirit globally together to ultimately shift our galactic spirit from a galactic and global consciousness. Day number 5, as we're moving up the chart, we have, what have we done? We've magnetized our body, we've electrified our brains with the neurosynapses, and now we are trusting and empowering our consciousness. And we're starting to radiate through our heart chakra. So there's 3 elements to every activating any manifestation. It's body, mind, and heart. And we're bringing them together with radiance and empowerment. What does empower mean? Embodying power. Embodying power and commanding it to happen. So, and trusting. Where does trust come from? Trust comes from the synergy of all 3 of them. It comes from our body. Are we feeling something good, or are we feeling something bad in our body? Are we getting a bad sense? Are our minds giving through our psychic abilities, which is an emoji? That's the emoji of wizard. Is our inner galactic wizard saying, something's not right, what's going on here? And is our heart, our visceral sense telling us that it's a good thing or a bad thing? Heart, embodied emotion. Day number 6, as we are moving up the spiral. And look, and let me just show you something. Here is like physical. Here we're moving into mental and heart. Here we're moving into spiritual, and here we're evolving into heart consciousness, where we're actually extending that everything that we are pulsing, regardless of which emoji we are in, regardless of which 13-day adventure, we're starting to give it out into the world. Let's continue so you'll see that. Here we go. Day number 6. We are balancing and organizing our energies through our 3 vessels, the combination of our electromagnetic frequency, and we are fractalizing, bringing the fractals of our energy so we can vibrate higher and faster and bigger, so we can expand our auric field of love even bigger. Day number 7, we are resonating. We're being resonant channels, and we're resonating truth, and we're with our wholeheartedly, we are resonating our authenticity. We're learning as with our unconditional acceptance in this sequence. For example, in the heart key and the heart emoji, we are looking for unconditional acceptance through our authenticity. Day number 8. Here we are moving up the spiral into galactic alignment. We are tapping into the universal galactic field. We're connecting with God. We are harmonizing our heart-brain synchronization with integrity to know that we are integral into our galactic field, that we are one and the same. Om Mani Padme Om. I'm one with nature, I'm one with God. I am integrated within the wholeness of our galactic spirit and our divine matrix. Day number 9. We are really starting to resonate our heart now because of our connection with our heart resonance. It is and with intentional emotion. Day number 9 is all about intentional emotion, and we are going to talk about how through let's do it now, through our intentional emotion, embody emotion, embody motion, emotion. Through our emotional embodiment, we are setting into motion our ability to pulse and to realize our manifestation by putting our intentions out into the world. And the more we intensify and feel the feelings with all of our senses, the more we are going to manifest. The more we intentionally feel that our beloved is going to be electromagnetically drawn to us, feel what it feels like for his or her arms around you. Feel the emotional connection and how exciting it is to have that relationship in your consciousness. Feel the warmth of his or her body around you. Feel the spiritual consciousness connection between the two of you. We're talking about relationship here, but it doesn't have to be. How are you going to love your job? How are you going to feel every day when you wake up and you put on whatever costume you wear out into the world and you get ready to go? Or how does it feel when you know that somebody understands you and you've made that impression for whatever job that is, whatever that gifts that you're sharing with the world, whatever hands you are giving. Hand is another emoji of consciousness, of universal consciousness. It says, how are your healing hands helping to make a difference in the world with your internal knowing? I just love pulling all the fractals together, because when you see that they work in universal wholeness, you'll really start evolving your consciousness, in addition to just chewing down on the energy in the micro fractal of where we are now. Just dropped a nugget. Day number 10. Day number 10, you'll notice that they are double bars. What is that? 5 and 5 equals 10. Day 10 is all about your ability to manifest. So day number 10, your unconditional acceptance, your unconditional acceptance of self-compassion is coming into manifestation. Day number 10 is all about perfecting. What do I want to deepen? How do I want to go back and reflect on how is my magnetic body influencing love? How am I moving up the channel, if you will? You can look at this as your body moving up the channel. How, if you'd like to. I like to, because I think about, the first day is being rooted in our heart, root chakra, and we're moving all the way up our physical channel into spiritual channels to connect with universal consciousness. So day number 10 is, how do we go back through all of these channels and look at all these micro details of the energies, and what can we do better? How can we make it better? How do we love more? It's a wonderful, day number 10 is really perfecting the energy that you're in to be better at it, because day number 11, guess what we do? We start liberating it. We let it go. We dissolve it. We integrate whatever 13-day cycle, whatever 13-day house or adventure, whatever you want to call it, we are moving into dissolving it into the wholeness of our being. We integrate it into our wholeness in order to give it away. So here, bottom, it's all about us. Physically, mentally, emotionally, heartfully, getting really good at connecting it with the universe, dissolving into wholeness, and giving it away for planetary consciousness. Because what's the lesson? When you teach something, teach one, reach one. When you resonate love, you pulse it out into the world. So whatever energy that we've talked about in these 13 days, day number 12, we've gotten really, really, really good at it. In 10 and 11, double checked ourselves to see if it can be all that it can be at this time. And keep in mind, every time you experience Dogger, anytime you experience and you go through the 20 energies, every time you go through, it gets better and better because you have different insights into each of them. Day number 12, pushing it out into the universe. It's called the crystal energy. See, 2 bars, 5 and 5 is 10 and 2 is 12. You are crystallizing your vision of love, of unconditional acceptance out into the world. And how do you do that? Well, you love yourself more. It all starts with me. That's a affirmation for you. Bottom line, it all starts with you. You know, we are, in order to express whatever emoji we are talking about, whatever wonderful galactic key that the Mayans gave us for expressing our universal wholeness, it all starts here in your universe. Here's the universe, your galactic spirit. Here is your universe, your expression of your song. How are you manifesting it in order to give it away? And as you complete this ascension spiral of whichever 13-day house you are in, adventuring through that 13-day house, day number 13, 2 bars, 3 dots equals 13. It's all about you feeling gratitude. That you've been able to transcend and deepen your relationship with your heart resonance, with your ability to vibrate and pulse higher frequency out into the world. Not only are you electromagnetically electromagnetically drawing into whatever it is that you want to manifest through your loving intentions, you have gone through the progression in fulfillment. And you can really then express gratitude. Breathe into those 13 days. And let's talk more about heart resonance. What you carry in your heart is who you are. Lighthearted, heavy-hearted, compassionate or not. The new earth is all about extending heart above all else. Because as you radiate love, and as you radiate all of these 20 emojis and expressions of self to unlock the keys of universal consciousness and your deeper relationship with mind, body, emotion, and spirit, your multidimensional self, the more it unfolds and the more it comes back to you. So your expression of heart is who you are, and that is your beacon of resonance out into the world. Now, there's been scientific studies over and over and over that really hone in the point of activating your heart chakra with your physical body and your brain. Physical body, magnetic, mental capacity, electric. And when you blend the two as we go up the ascension spiral, and as you practice every day, bringing your electrical body, your electrical mind, and your physical body, when you bring it, those two energies into your heart chakra, that's when you are able to manifest more and manifest higher and manifest in almost a quickening of time. Remember serpent? Passion. And these scientific studies have put probes on people, hundreds and thousands of people's head, and watch the brain scans, that when these people were told just to think about their bodies, just to which is engaging the electrical process also. So you've engaged the electrical and magnetic process. But when you feel whatever it is that you want to manifest as if it was already happened, and you're in the process of feeling it with all of your senses, tasting how your turkey dinner tastes like, feeling your lover wrap him or her warm arms around you, sensing how wonderful the air feels when you're hiking out in the woods, or the waves are on your feet. What did we do? Sense, hearing the whispers of your lover, hearing the conversation at the dinner table, hearing the person saying, yes, I love what you've shared with me, whether it's a gift or whether it's your business or your exchange. So we've done feeling, hearing, tasting, touch. What did I miss? Seeing the beauty out in the world, seeing your lover's eyes light up, seeing the person that you've reached, being excited. I think we've got all the senses. Really feeling that energy in your body. Those scientific studies, watching those brain scans, the whole brain lights up. Your whole frontal cortex lights up. So the activity in your brain is enlightened. So your ability to manifest is higher when you can actually feel your brain and your heart and your emotion harmonized. Love your mind. That's what the dog emoji will teach us. Love your mind. Love your body. Have this heart coherence come into your center so you can really feel with your 5 senses whatever it is you want to manifest with unconditional compassion and acceptance. Yes, that is brain and heart coherence through your love and compassion. That's what the dog is all about. Love above all else with everything that you do. You know, I'm reminded of a story. I think Greg Braden shares it, that he had a friend and how he talks about the connection from a story sense, from a, can't find the word, metaphoric. It's not really the word I'm looking for, but I think you know what I mean. He tells a story about a friend of his. He was a Native American, and he was part of a tribe. And he was part of the real world. I think he was a scientist, but he was also, a practicing Native American who who really understands that the heart is the center of all. Om Mani Padme Om. I'm one with nature, I'm one with God. And the five senses is what activates your feeling energy, that your loving energy of manifestation. And Greg told me a story that this guy invited him out, and his tribe was having trouble. It didn't rain for whatever, and the crops were dying. And they went out to a sacred circle, and all of a sudden this beautiful man takes his shoes off. He walks into the circle. He closes his eyes for microseconds. There's a lesson in here. It only takes seconds to manifest whatever it is that you want if your intentionality is from the heart, engaging your physical magnet, and if you're engaging your electric brain and you're engaging your heart, it only takes seconds, because as we've talked about before, especially with the Skywalker emoji, there is no time and space in galactic spirit. You are part of galactic spirit, and if you're working your electromagnetics with your heart chakra without attachment, these energies come in. So this man closes his eyes. He says, okay, I'm ready. You want to go eat? And Greg says, what do you mean? Are you done? And the Native American man said, yes. The indigenous people knew this, regardless of where they came from. He said, yeah, I'm done. I'm hungry. Let's get something to eat. So Greg asked him, what did you do? How did you call in rain? What about all this big ceremony you were supposed to do? It's really no big deal. You know what he said? He said, I felt my feet in the mud. It's a beautiful story. I felt the droplets of rain coming down on my skin. I smelt the air shifting. You know the smell of rain? He smelt the rain. He heard the rain coming down. And in the smell, he also tasted that shift. And he felt all the 5 and 6 senses of rain. And that night, no time or no space, with no attachment to the outcome, it rained. It's a beautiful story. So how are you going to love in your 5 senses to really get them activated? You have to love yourself first, with self-compassion, universal acceptance. Play with your 5 senses to get them really acute. You know, the star emoji, I love the integration. The star emoji teaches us to experience life, and the beauty way, a beautiful Native American term, the beauty way, the way indigenous people see the world and relate it to their sensory expressions, and being in the enjoyment of those sensory perceptions and getting really good at it. And when you love those energies and you trust those energies, you will be able to manifest your heart's desire. What is your heart's desire? How are you being light-hearted with unconditional love and self-compassion, loving yourself first? It's all about you. It's about, where's day number 2? It's all about overcoming the challenge of duality, using your I am superpower, in this case, heart's case. That sounds weird. heart's key, heart's adventure. I am love. In the words of John Lennon, all you need is love. Vibrate it. Feel it. Be that beacon of ever-pulsing love. And radiate it out into the world. It starts with you. In my case, it starts with me. But I am another yourself. Saying that in Mayan, in Lakesh. The love within me honors the love within you. Namaste. Ending as we started. Om Mane Padme Om. I'm one with nature. I'm one with God. Next up, unconditional abundance with night. Here's the emoji. Until then, fill up, drink it up. Much love to you.